Share a quick little story time about the first week that I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So on this day, I was laying in bed feeling sorry for myself. I had just been diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer, and my kids, I just was laying in the bed, right? And so my kids walked in the room and it was like, "Mama, are you sick?" Like, you should have saw their little faces, y'all. I felt so bad. Like, they looked so disturbed, they looked so concerned. And so when I saw their face, I was like, instantly it made me evaluate how I was feeling at the moment. Like, I couldn't help but like, am I sick? Like, am I really sick? So I looked at him and I was like, give me a few minutes, right? Like, I just had to, I couldn't even answer them at the moment because I just really didn't know what I was feeling. So I told my kids to go in the room. I said, give me a few minutes, right? So I sent them out the room and I instantly start praying to God. I was like, God, you know, I'm not feeling sick right now. I really was just focusing on a diagnosis. The doctor had told me I had stage 3 breast cancer. And actually the doctor didn't have anything good to say. Wasn't very motivating. I don't even remember who the doctor was who diagnosed me, but he wasn't helpful, right? And all that, I'll get back to that part. But after I bowed my head and I prayed to God, I was like, Lord, I still remember the prayer. I was like, Lord, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I've been diagnosed with this. I don't understand why me. But Lord, I don't feel sick. I just know what the doctor said. But I don't care what the doctor said. I'm gonna focus on what you said. And Lord, like, all I could focus on was my children at the moment. I was like, Lord, I don't know what's going to happen or how this is going to turn out, Lord, but I'm going to trust you. And I want to make the rest of my days the best of my days with my children. And a few other things in between, I continued to pray. And then I got up out that bed. I went and got my butt in the shower. I took all my bedding off, my sheets, my pillowcases, everything off the bed. And I went in, I changed my clothes, put on something nice and comfy, like cute, made me feel good. I combed my hair. And then when I walked out of my room, I took my bedding with me and went straight to the laundry room and put on a load of clothes. I came back into the room. I opened the back door to let in some fresh air. And my kids looking at me as I walked out the room. And I can see the concern in their eye. Like, they was so... I could see the change in the way they looked at me from when they walked in my room. They can see that my movement was different, that I had done freshened up, and that my hair was combed, and my kids lit up like it was Christmas time. I started to pull out food to cook. I started cleaning up. I put on some gospel music, and I start to change the energy in the room. My kids start playing. They start going outside. They making noise. They seeing me moving in a different way. And I decided on that day that from that day on that I was not going to let anything else control me. I was not going to let cancer control me. I didn't care what the doctor said. I didn't care stage 3. I didn't care about the stages. I decided in that day that I was going to change this walk. Okay. Back to when the reason I took off the bedding and my pillowcases and everything. I was laying in my sorrows. I was sitting in fear. I was sitting in like, oh yeah, I have cancer. Oh, the world is over. Oh, I listened to what the doctor said. And literally, I wasn't even sick. Like, I wasn't feeling bad at all. I just had a knot on my breast. I didn't feel anything. And the only reason I went to the doctor is because I felt the knot. So I didn't feel any sickness. So I didn't feel bad. It was just my mind was actually focusing on that, and I kept replaying it in my mind. But when I decided to like trust God, and the first thing I did before I got out the bed was pray to him and just let him know that I trust you, and that before I do anything else, I'm going to God first. And ever since that day, that is how I approach everything. And don't get me wrong, some days I feel emotional, I feel fear, I feel confusion. But I instantly remember that moment when my children confused and scared and looking at me, because I was the adult in the house at the moment. My husband was gone to work. I was home. I was the leader. I had to step my game up because I didn't want my kids to reflect on hardships and seeing me laying in the bed like giving up, or this is the way you handle things, right? So ever since then, I always reflect on that moment when I got my butt out that bed and I took those sheets and I poured that good fresh laundry detergent on it, and I started that laundry and I rinsed all those sorrows down. And when I got in the shower, I remember saying goodbye fear, goodbye depression, goodbye what the doctor said, goodbye stage 3. At that moment when I got out that bed, I'm telling y'all, I'm not just talking from right now. I'm talking about, I was like, I don't care what he said. I don't know what hit me. All I can say is it was the Holy Spirit, because that day I decided like I'm healed. And when I tell y'all, I didn't care what any doctor said, I never really asked. From the time they diagnosed me, I never asked them, oh, is the cancer gone? I never asked that question, because I had made up in my mind that I'm not giving that cancer no power. I didn't give it no power. Every doctor's appointment, every surgery appointment, everything, I was like, I'm already healed. I don't remember them ever telling me actually that, oh yeah, it's gone, Miss Darby. I don't remember, because I never asked. I went and got my chemo. I brought my snacks. I ate healthy. I tried to do the best that I could. I used to start juicing and doing all those things. And I decided that it was gone. I was not about to focus on that. And if I felt down, I would watch anything to make me laugh. I would get around. And if you had negative energy, oh, I was definitely never coming around you again. That is a wrap. And anybody that made me feel like you wasn't on the same page that I'm trying to be on, I kept my distance. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because, you know, so many people going through things that they don't tell people about, whether it's your health, whether it's like relationships, whether it's just your own mental health. You got to get out of your own way. You gotta like focus on God first, and then you gotta implement some strategies to fight it. It is a fight. And when I tell you it is a fight, this is just one of the stories, and that was just at the beginning. But I have some stories to tell, some horror stories in the hospital, but I did not let it break me, because when I decided that, I was like, this is gonna be a fight, and we gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. And I was fighting for my babies. I was fighting for myself, because I wanted to live. I wanted to live. I wanted to live. It wasn't about anything material. It's about my kids. And I still to this day go by the same strategies, y'all. So I just wanted to share that. I don't want to drag it out, but I just wanted to share that, y'all. If y'all have any questions, it don't have to be about breast cancer. It could be about anything, y'all. Please inbox me. Make sure you subscribe, because I have some more stories to tell. I have some more testimonies to give. And I just want to share authentic content about the goodness of God, wellness, you know, how I take care of my hair, because I lost all my hair. That's another story. I might do that next, y'all, because that was crazy. My hair was down my back, so we're gonna share that another time. But I just wanted to take this time on my lunch break to share with you guys. I'm gonna go eat. I love y'all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to me. Ask me any questions, y'all. I love y'all. See y'all later. Bye.